Tony, on Duke's late three-pointers, was that a case of guys making tough shots, or were the closeouts not what they needed to be?
I think it was both, Jeff. I feel like, in a game like that, it was hard fought, certainly not perfect on our end, but it does come down to having to make some plays. Big shots or plays. But I thought a couple times we allowed them to get a couple real rhythm shots. Like we were even on the right guys, we just didn't really close out and try to distract the shot, which is something we have to do. And there are a couple times where we got cross-match in transition, or we were trying to dig the ball out of Okafor, and they stepped up and made them. But there was just enough of those to hurt us. I think they hit 4 up to that point. They had missed a few, and those stung. But the ones that bothered me are the ones that we were there to possibly contest, which we work on our closeout properly. And I thought we gave them a couple of those easy ones, but credit to them, they stepped up and knocked them down. And we had a little trouble with Winslow. He was special tonight. I think you could see why they talk about him the way they do.
How much did the zone affect you guys in the second half there? It seemed like it kind of just took the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, well, I actually thought we were okay against the zone, at least in terms of, Isaiah got in the middle, made some shots. I thought we attacked it fine. It was, when I look at it, we gave up 43 points in the second half. That hurt us. And the transition baskets, we couldn't get a handle on that early. They had 10 quick transition points, and we were a little better at that. But I thought for the most part, there was a few possessions where I thought we were a little stagnant or didn't get the look we wanted against the zone. But we got to the rim. We got some rhythm shots at the mid post, moved the ball, and I got our lob. And I thought there was enough offense there to win that game. We didn't come up with what you have to do is come up with some tough stops. Whether it was a loose rebound and it looks like we should have just snatched it up. So I think those errors on our part or breakdowns probably cost us, because I really believe, obviously, we had a lead and there was enough scoring for us to try to get that, but they did make some plays.
David, and then Isabel.
Tony, you mentioned transition defense. I think before tonight you had allowed 31 fast break points all season, 14 tonight, several after makes on your part. I was wondering, did they just catch you flat-footed there?
Partly that, and I said it to, I don't know if it was in the pregame. I think Coach K, you'd have to ask him this, but all the international ball he's been around, they pass the ball up the floor quick. That's an international thing. It's not just a guy trying to fly up the floor. It's either a quick long pass or a short, and then they're attacking. And Winslow's a load, and sometimes we got out of balance. A guard drove, and sometimes we forced a bad shot, and then bang, they were down the floor attacking. A couple guys got foul trouble. They didn't want to, stick their nose in there, and they really had us on our heels, and that hurt. Again, in a game that's this close, a possession game, it's going to come down to any of those breakdowns are costly, but those transition buckets were a result of some forcing, sometimes not being back, and then them getting up the floor quicker than most teams.
10 points for Julio Okafor, which is relatively tame for him. I mean, would you have thought that would have boded better for you?
Yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job on him. Our trap was good. At times they hit a big three. Justin was kind of down, and that's when he leaned towards them. They kicked it out, and I'm not sure who hit that three, but that was a dagger for sure. But, yeah, we tried to make him work. You can see how capable he is. A couple huge offensive putbacks he got that were significant. But that job was good, but probably not a good enough job on the other guys, or just a few breakdowns.
Zach and then Doug.
Tony, you guys are going to have a tough stretch here now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, in a way, maybe there's a chance to kind of relax a little bit? You guys regroup tomorrow and just think, you know what, we've got this little bit of pressure off. Now we can just focus on playing out the rest of the season?
We wanted to win that. No, we just – I'm frustrated right now because I felt like it was in the grass. We had it to take home, and we couldn't finish it. But no question, playing on Monday against Carolina, who's, I think, they actually lost in overtime, I saw. So they'll be charged, and that's the beauty of this league. I remember someone telling me who was in the Big East before when it was the real power. He said, you better lace them up every night, and obviously what we got coming up, we got to be ready for that. But as far as pressure off or anything, you hate to give up a game on your home floor that you had a good chance to get, and but you did. And I told our guys, if you won it, it didn't make or break your season, and if you lost it, it didn't. It's what you do from here on out, and I think our guys understand that.
As you mentioned, you didn't feel like offensively the offense cost you the game. But what about the three-pointers? Other than London, you were 2 for 12.
Yeah, and I thought early we looked poor early. We took some just bad shots, but Yeah, we didn't hit. You know, obviously Justin didn't shoot it as well. Malcolm didn't. You know, you got to stick some against. But I thought again our zone offense was good enough. But yeah, you probably would have helped to make a couple more. We had one rattle in and out, but again, I don't look to the offense on that one where the game was. It was coming down and getting some stops and keep getting good looks the last few minutes of the game.
Yeah, Tony, you were down 3, I think, there with about a minute left, and then Mike kind of got his own rebound, and then he forced that one. It appeared he forced it a little bit back up. Was that one you wish he maybe had brought back out?
I think he was there, maybe thought he could draw a foul. Was that off the free throw, off the bonus? Yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, I think it was physical in there. He got it. He was kind of around it, but we didn't get a great look on that one. And, yeah, in hindsight, sure, I wish he could have got it out of there. But, you know, and at the end, I was looking at the clock. 3-point game is about a 9-second difference. Should we foul? Shouldn't we? I thought if we can get a stop, then we're going to have a chance to tie it. And, you know, the kid rose up, and it looked like that one I think was contested. I'll have to see it on tape. But he hit a tough shot, and then, you know, obviously that took our chances out. So I don't know where I stand on that one. That maybe we should have fouled, maybe we shouldn't have. I'm not sure.
Tony, sorry if you already addressed this, but first half offense and then second half much more aggressive going to the rim. Is that something you discussed with the guys?
Yeah, well, we just talked about you got to chip away offensively. We were just bailing them out with some bad shots. We weren't willing, as we say, to pay the price offensively, to kind of grind away, run harder on our cuts, get to the elbow, get to the paint, throw it inside. And I thought we did a better job man-to-man offense, certainly. And then even in the zone, there was enough stuff there. So we were better, of course. I don't look at our stats, 15 to 30, yeah, much better statistically. But again, came down to some stops at the end that were absent.